Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a very special version of Starcraft 2 with Osborne. That's right, I will be bringing you my very first pro-level casting. And the first two people to be showered with the honor of being my first cast are, as you've seen first, Energy Waves Monchi. Monchi is an Austrian player who recently got into a motorcycle accident and has not played since. I believe it was October, maybe the 1st of October, he got into an accident and he hurt his elbow, and that's definitely not what you want to see. But his opponent, much more well known, Team Acer's Nerchio. Nerchio, one of my favorite characters ever since I saw him play in Total Biscuit's Shoutcraft Invitational, the very first one, actually. The very first Shoutcraft Invitational, and he won that, so that's pretty impressive considering you've ever actually watched the Invitational that Total Biscuit does every so often. It's filled with some pretty big names. Like, I believe Sase was in there, White Raw, always invited. I believe Morrow is in there too, another one of my favorite Zerg players. 14 pool coming down for Nerchio, so pretty standard build. No gas yet. And on the other side of the map, we have Monchi putting down a Forge for a Forge Fast Expand. So pretty standard openings from both players at the moment. Gas finally coming down for Nerchio. His speed will be a little bit delayed, but he'll have an early gas advantage over his opponent who has not gotten any gas yet, and is still, in fact, raising money for his Nexus. Forge has completely finished. It is now ready to start providing the means to create cannons. No cannons quite yet, though. Monchi now discovering where Nerchio rests his head, so to speak. 4 Zerglings coming up for Nerchio, so we've got a Queen and 4 Zerglings, so pretty standard opening, as I have said before. A little late on the hatchery, but that's what happens when you get the early gas. You don't have the minerals for that, especially if you make those Zerglings. 4 Zerglings might be a bit much, as if he can actually see, I believe, that he can see that there's Nexus coming down. So, not sure how wise the 4 Zerglings were. Probably could have gone away with just 2, but I'm not a pro, and Nerchio is Nerchio, and he is really good. So, it's hard to argue with him. Speed finally coming up for Nerchio, so that speed will be up in about a minute or so. A little bit more than a minute, actually 2 minutes. Wow, it's a lot longer than I anticipated being. It feels a lot shorter when I'm playing Zerg. Chasing this probe. The problem with this is that every so often that gets a hit, it doesn't really matter because the probe can regen its shields so quickly. Probe once again goes into the base of Nerchio, seeing that there is, in fact, a hatchery going down, and he might see that there's speed coming as well. Does he see it? Oh, that didn't. I can only imagine since it's Monchi and he got right next to it. He must have seen that it was bubbling over. So he does know that there is Zergling speed, so what will he do in response to this, if anything? Build another gateway? So no, he's just going to continue building his wall. He's going to completely wall off, I believe. I don't think you can get through this little opening. So that is a good thing to have because he is getting that somewhat early Zergling speed, and that is going to be very, very good for getting some kind of early pressure going on. Going to try and start nipping at these rocks, perhaps. Or perhaps not, never mind. We've got about 7 Zerglings here, just kind of chilling in the middle of the map. 8 more Zerglings on the way, so he will effectively double, more than double, his attacking force if he chooses to bring all of those Zerglings down. Now here's another set of 7 Zerglings. It's very strange, actually. It's about 14 Zerglings on the field now. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13... Okay. And a drone on the Zonlog towers. Another 3 Zerglings coming down. Banelings morphing in, so Baneling Nest has been up. So we have Banelings, and we'll have to see how this wall is able to withstand the pressure of this Zergling Baneling bust. And here comes the moment of truth. This is going to be a big deal. Needs to move out of the way, and it doesn't take down the Forge. Big force field by Monchi that probably actually saved him the game for now, as it wasn't able to do as much damage as he would have liked to the gateway. Down goes the Forge, but through the magic of microing your macro, he is able to get 3 pylons down and continue to block the Zerglings. Nerchio continuing to attack here. I'm not sure how wise that is. He's taking a lot of damage, and he's very behind on the drone count. This is basically an all-in. He needs to do damage, and it doesn't look like he's going to be able to. Retreat is not an option. Needs to kill some probes, but there's no way through the wall. And that might be the end for my favorite player, Nerchio. I'm not sure how he's going to get out of this one. He is blocked out of the base, and he needs to do damage. And there's just nowhere near enough Zerglings to do the damage that needs to be done. Down goes that pylon, but to what effect? GG comes out from Nerchio. Brilliant defense by Monchi to defeat the, I believe, much favorited Team Acer player in Nerchio. But that has been me, Osborne, bringing you my very first pro cast. Let me know how you think of it. If you like the cast, please subscribe. I will talk to you guys later.